The camera pans across a vast skyline painted in twilight hues, half drenched in fading sunlight, half swallowed by the mysterious promise of night. The year is 2045. In this quiet, futuristic city that hums with the pulse of innovation and loneliness, one message begins it all, an old-fashioned letter that somehow finds its way into a digital age. The letter is handwritten, its paper slightly yellowed, carrying an ink that seems to shimmer faintly under the light. It's addressed to Xiao Zhan from someone claiming to be him, 30 years into the future. The message is simple but haunting. You're about to meet someone who will change everything. Don't let time separate you again. And just like that, a chain of events begins that bends reality, stretches the threads of fate, and blurs the line between what's real and what's meant to be. In the heart of the city, Xiao Zhan is a writer, one who no longer believes in miracles. His once celebrated novels have faded into forgotten shelves, his words buried under the noise of a world too fast for reflection. He spends his days in a quiet cafe, staring at empty pages, his creativity dimmed by the weight of lost years. Then one rainy evening the cafe door opens, and a stranger walks in, Wang Yibo. The sound of the bell echoes strangely, as though the universe itself is taking a breath. Wang Yibo is different. There's something timeless in the way he moves, something familiar in the way his eyes lock with Xiao Zhan's. It's as if they've met before, perhaps in another life or another timeline. The air between them hums with unspoken recognition, an invisible electricity that neither can name. And as fate would have it, that same night, another letter arrives. This time it's addressed to Wang Yibo. If you find him, protect the story. It's the only way we survive. The mystery deepens. Each letter seems to predict moments before they happen. An accident averted, a storm foreseen, a dream mirrored in reality. Xiao Zhan starts to piece the puzzle together. The letters are not random. They are being sent from a version of the future where something catastrophic happens, something that both he and Wang Yibo are trying to prevent. But how? The next letter offers a clue. It contains a map drawn in light, a holographic projection revealing a hidden facility buried under the old part of the city. Beneath centuries of forgotten architecture lies a machine called Kronos, capable of bending time itself. In this world, time is not a straight line. It's a spiral, and Kronos is the heart of it. When Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo follow the map, they uncover a hidden archive, a chamber filled with countless letters, each sealed with their names. Letters written across time by their future selves, warning them, guiding them, and sometimes pleading with them. Every time you choose differently, we fade a little more. Don't let them erase what we were. If this reaches you, it means there's still hope. The realization hits them like a storm. Every letter they receive, every decision they make, ripples across the fabric of time. Their connection is not a coincidence. It's the very key to repairing a fractured timeline. But there's more. The letters hint at something deeply personal, a forgotten past, an unfinished story that binds them together across centuries. In one memory, Xiao Zhan sees himself standing under the cherry blossoms, his hand brushing against Wang Yibo's. The world around them feels alive, warm, and complete. But then the vision fades, replaced by the image of a burning city and a voice. His own, whispering, "I couldn't save him." The truth begins to unravel. In the original timeline, the machine was used to rewrite reality, erasing Wang Yibo's existence from history to protect the world from collapsing. The cost of that salvation was their bond, their story lost in time. But now the letters are rewriting the ending. Each one brings back fragments of memory, pieces of emotions long buried. And with every rediscovered moment, every smile, every fight, every unspoken word, the timeline trembles as if reality itself is remembering. The most breathtaking scene unfolds when they discover the final letter. It's hidden inside the Kronos machine, encased in a crystal capsule. Xiao Zhan reads it aloud, his voice trembling. "When the time comes, one of you must stay. The other must go. To save the story, you must lose the future. Choose with your heart." The words hang in the air, heavy with fate. The machine hums to life, its light pulsing in sync with their heartbeats. Around them, the world flickers, images of past and future overlapping in a breathtaking kaleidoscope. They see flashes of themselves through time, on a stage under golden lights, in a quiet room filled with laughter, and in the rain where one whispers, "Find me again, no matter what it takes." Tears fall. 'Cause they understand now. The letters weren't warnings. They were love letters, written across the centuries by two souls refusing to forget each other. Wang Yibo steps forward first. "You always said stories never really end. Maybe that's true." Xiao Zhan shakes his head. "Not if I can change it." But before he can stop him, Wang Yibo places his hand on the core of Kronos. The machine flares, engulfing him in radiant light. Time bends, reality folds, and he's gone. The last thing Xiao Zhan hears is his voice echoing softly. "This time, I'll be the one to write to you." In the aftermath, the world resets. Xiao Zhan wakes up in a peaceful version of the city. No letters, no machine, no war. Only sunlight streaming through his window and the sound of life moving on. The future has been rewritten. But something lingers in his heart, a memory he can't name, a feeling that doesn't fade. One afternoon, as he walks past the cafe where it all began, the bell rings again. He looks up and freezes. There, sitting by the window, is a man writing a letter. His expression calm and familiar. Wang Yibo looks up, smiles softly, and says, "I think this belongs to you." He slides a letter across the table. It's written in the same shimmering ink. "Dear Xiao Zhan, we found our way back. From the future." And just like that, everything clicks. The sound of time catches its breath, and the world feels whole again. The camera zooms out, the city alive with color, the letters fluttering like wings in the wind. The cycle continues, but this time not as tragedy, this time as eternity. Ending narration for YouTube. In a world where time tried to erase them, love wrote its own history. Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo, two names bound by fate, two hearts writing letters across the ages. Letters from the Future isn't just a story about time travel. It's about remembering, forgiving, and holding on to the moments that define who we are. The rain fell like silver threads weaving the fabric of destiny itself. The city shimmered under neon lights, reflecting 1,000 untold stories. Xiao Zhan stood by his window, holding that mysterious letter again, the one that claimed to be from his future self. His pulse quickened. The ink glowed faintly, as though alive, whispering secrets only the soul could hear. He couldn't sleep that night. The words burned in his mind. "You're about to meet someone who will change everything. Don't let time separate you again." He didn't understand what it meant. But something inside him stirred, a quiet knowing like déjà vu echoing across lifetimes. The next morning, the cafe was unusually crowded. The scent of roasted coffee beans mingled with the soft hum of conversation. Xiao Zhan sat by the window trying to write, but the words refused to come. That's when it happened. The door opened, and there he was, Wang Yibo. The moment their eyes met, the entire world seemed to blur, sounds fading into a muffled silence. The raindrops outside froze midair, suspended like jewels. Xiao Zhan blinked, and in that heartbeat time restarted, but differently. Wang Yibo walked toward him, his steps calm, confident, yet oddly nostalgic. He ordered black coffee, glanced at Xiao Zhan's table, and smiled faintly. It wasn't the kind of smile you give a stranger. It was the smile of someone who remembers. "Do we know each other?" Xiao Zhan asked, unable to stop himself. Wang Yibo tilted his head, amusement flickering in his eyes. "Not yet," he replied softly, "but I think we will." That moment, just that, felt like the start of something infinite. As days turned into nights, fate began to weave them closer. They met often, sometimes by accident, sometimes as if the universe was deliberately pushing them together. Each encounter carried an uncanny sense of familiarity. One evening as they walked home, Wang Yibo spoke without looking at him. "Have you ever felt like your life already happened? Like you're just replaying something you once lived?" Xiao Zhan froze. His heart raced. Why would you say that? Wang Yibo smiled faintly. Because every time I look at you, I feel like I'm remembering, not meeting. Those words hit like lightning. Later that night, Xiao Zhan opened the first letter again, and noticed something new. Hidden beneath the folds was another message that hadn't been there before. He remembers you. Don't let him go this time. Xiao Zhan's hands trembled. The letter had changed. He ran to his desk, compared the handwriting, the ink. It was the same but slightly darker, as though written in a rush. How could it be evolving? How could the future still be writing to him, changing with his every choice? That was the night he decided to test it. He wrote back. To whoever is sending these letters, if this is real, send another one tomorrow. Tell me what I can't yet see. He sealed it, left it by the window, and tried to sleep. The next morning the letter was gone. In its place lay a new one. You're starting to believe. That's good. The letters will guide you, but be careful. Someone else knows. The next day the city felt colder. Shadows seemed longer, whispers more intense. Xiao Zhan noticed someone following him. An old man with gray eyes who watched from afar, blending into the crowd. That night, another letter arrived. This one was different. It had two signatures, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. If you're reading this, we failed once. We can't fail again. The Kronos machine is real. The letters are fragments of what we were, pieces of time trying to fix itself. Xiao Zhan's breath caught. The Kronos machine. The name pulsed like a heartbeat through his mind. The next time he met Wang Yibo, he brought it up cautiously. Does the name Kronos mean anything to you? Wang Yibo's expression changed instantly. His smile vanished. Where did you hear that? I don't know. It's in one of the letters. Wang Yibo went silent, eyes distant. Then it's already started. Later, in the middle of a thunderstorm, Wang Yibo took Xiao Zhan to an abandoned district, the city's forgotten heart. Beneath a cracked building lay a hidden staircase. Every step they took echoed like thunder inside a hollow dream. At the end of the stairs stood a massive metallic door with glowing patterns, and in the center, a symbol shaped like two intertwined letters, X and Y. Kronos, Wang Yibo whispered. When the door opened, Xiao Zhan's breath hitched. Inside was a vast chamber filled with shimmering capsules, each holding letters, each glowing faintly as if alive. He reached for one. The moment his fingers touched it, the capsule burst into light. Visions flooded his mind. He saw himself and Wang Yibo standing beneath a shattered sky, clutching hands as time itself fractured around them. He saw himself scream as the light swallowed one of them whole. He saw loss, and then silence. When he came back to himself, he was trembling. Wang Yibo caught him, steadying him. What did you see? I think, Xiao Zhan whispered, tears glimmering in his eyes. We lost each other once. And this? He gestured at the glowing letters around them. This is us trying to find our way back. The chamber pulsed, the air humming as if in agreement. Wang Yibo looked at him for a long moment, his voice breaking. Then we don't let it happen again. Days turned into nights filled with decoding letters, tracing timelines, and unraveling the mystery of Kronos. Each letter they found revealed more fragments of their forgotten bond. Moments of laughter, whispered promises under the stars, vows made at the edge of time. And slowly, memories began to return. Xiao Zhan would see flashes. Wang Yibo standing in the rain, smiling at him through lightning, their hands brushing in a place that no longer existed. One night, as they stood on the rooftop of the old city, Xiao Zhan looked at him and whispered, Maybe this isn't about changing time. Maybe it's about remembering who we are. Wang Yibo smiled softly, eyes gleaming under the moonlight. Then let's remember, together. As the wind carried the sound of the city below, another letter drifted from the sky, glowing faintly as it landed between them. The ink shimmered with a familiar warmth. You're close. The story is almost whole. Don't stop believing. They looked at each other, the city lights painting reflections in their eyes. Somewhere in the distance, time itself sighed, as though relieved. And for a brief, breathtaking moment, it felt like the future was smiling back at them. Narration for YouTube ending. In every letter a heartbeat. In every word a promise that defies time. Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo's journey through letters from the future reminds us that destiny is not written. It's rewritten by those brave enough to remember love through lifetimes. Because even if time forgets, the heart never does. Outro script. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more emotional cinematic tales of Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. Tell us in the comments.